So, let me move this mouse out of the way. What we have today is we got Captain Falcon versus Ike, and this is like a losers bracket matchup from it was like 2-3 months ago. Yeah, let me turn down the volume a little bit. These guys get kind of loud. But anyways, okay. So let me see. Yeah. All right. So basically, what I wanted to talk about in this, and what I want, I think is important to look out for, is Falcon. And I guess people play Falcon differently, but I mean the way that you approach this neutral game, right, is very. You kind of have to look for a lot of things because he doesn't have a projectile, right? So he doesn't have easy hit confirms. His grab range is really small, so he's not going to just be defensive like Marth is and wait for people to come in and grab, right? So he has to do this very, very scary spacing game until he gets something, and then he can do like a crazy combo or something, right? And as far as Ike is concerned on the other side, is he has the range to keep Falcon out, and he also has long hitboxes like his up tilts or like his up air in order to keep Falcon in combos and stuff. So what you're going to see in this matchup, and like obviously these players are better than they were a couple months ago, but you're going to see Falcon trying to approach, and what Falcon should be doing is trying to approach safely, and like taking like sort of dancing around Ike and trying to figure out a way to get in, and Ike trying to sort of play defensive and capitalize on whenever Falcon makes a mistake, right? So I'm going to try to focus more on the Falcon's play, just because that's something that I'm more familiar with. But something that I want to see, okay, so like something that I notice about the way that Atticus plays this Falcon is like, it's a lot of, and I think this is the difference between a lot of sort of like mid-level play and like high-level play, is like there's a lot of sticking out hitboxes, like like pressing too many buttons, right? And trying to stick out hitboxes where you shouldn't be, and trying to continue combos where they won't continue. There are times where in combos they won't go anymore, and you gotta be smart enough to know to put yourself in as safe of a position as possible from when that combo ends, or like try to read the situation to try to extend it off of something else, like a tech chase situation or whatever that situation becomes. When a combo ends, sometimes there are no follow-ups, and you got to be able to respond to it and know the combo weights to where you back off. You aren't optimistic and can try to keep a combo going that isn't going. So like, let's look at this, right? So right here, that's fracture covering an option, right? He misspaces it a little bit, but like you see right here, he's going for the up tilt because he's baiting the roll, which is good. It's like, okay, I got the back air, and since my combo is done, I'm gonna look for something else. He's not trying to do a forward air, like thinking that that Falcon will still be in the air or something. But here, Mitch capitalizes on this, right? Does a down air, gets okay, let's see, right here. So he's gonna get a back air, right? And right here, you should look at the percentage and say, oh, okay, the combo is done, can't do anything. But he goes for like this crazy up air, like thinking maybe he'll land on the platform or something, or whatever. But basically, because he goes too far, because he didn't really react to the right percentage that the player was at, or maybe like an unfamiliarity or something, right? He's off stage now, and then like because of that he gets edge guarded, and like that's a bad edge guard, but essentially that was his stock, because he went too far. He went too far for this combo, and then that's his stock, right? So like right here, Ike is being like conservative about it. Like, this is bad reaction time, but he goes for a grab. He goes for a grab because of trying to like figure out different get up options. He's aware that there's a tech chase situation going on, right? Mitch gets Atticus gets a couple good hits right here. Here goes too far, gets edge guarded. Like, let's pretend that was the stock. This life that he's living right now is like, it's like a on borrowed time. I'm gonna upgrade the video quality. Like, he shouldn't be alive right now. But basically, so right here. Okay, so like there's this thing in Smash Bros. And in a lot of fighters where it's like it's easier to like play defensive than it is to play offensive. If you let your opponent control the pace, unless there's certain characters like Fox and Falco, you're basically at an advantage, right? So like right here, this is like a good situation for Falcon, right? He's dash dancing around, and when you see this Ike jump, you're like, okay, he's like committing, he's like hard committing to an option. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see what he does and react, because reacting is always better than reading in any situation. So like right here, Atticus should just be in shield or like dash dance away and see what's going on, but instead he jumps in too. So like there's like this awkward, like they're closing space so fast that it's hard to react to what's going on now. You know, Atticus has to stick out on up air, and like you can see that the forwarder is going to come out in like a couple frames. So like he's gonna get hit by it. You know what I mean? Because he committed to this jump, these high commitment offensive options. You got to be aware of what your opponent is doing at all times in order to respond, right? And this is him probably just like reacting to a situation that was like right here. He's like, oh, okay, he's full stage. You know what's happening? Nothing. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna get that like knee, or I'm gonna get that downer and start my combo. You know, he's not reacting to situations on a moment-to-moment basis. He's going over and seeing that situation, and then like by the time Ike throws out the forwarder, it's too late. You know, and he gets punished for it. And other stuff like here is like, you see like this is jab pressure, right? And like Mitch goes for a grab. I'm just gonna call him Mitch. His name is Mitch. Atticus' name is Mitch. So Mitch goes for a grab, right? But he does it too fast before the jab 3 comes out. And you know, I mean that's just jab pressure. But you should always just, for the first couple times in the match, let the jab 3 come out and just like make sure, like if you get jab grabbed, then that's fine. At least now you know. Now you know that they're gonna jab grab, and then you only get punished for it once. But now it's ambiguous, right? Because you let yourself get punished by that jab 3. He's gonna keep jab 3ing now, so you don't know if it's safe to punish for later. You know, that's just kind of like downloading information and stuff. But here we go. So Mitch goes for, okay, and this is something that Mitch does too. He does too much tech skills sometimes. So like look at this. He does this perfect hack dash, right? Or whatever it is. It's just like landing on stage, and he gets freaked out because that was a bad option, and he rolls, right? So it's like, think about it. He's holding on the ledge for so long. He's not invincible. He's like, oh shoot, this Ike is in perfect neutral right now, almost. His up tilt's almost done. He's gonna jab me, or he's gonna forward tilt me, or he's gonna grab me or something. I gotta roll in. But then Fracture reacts to that, and he runs in too, and he gets this. And like this situation was forced on Mitch because he just committed to like too offensive of an option instead of like trying to do other stuff, trying to like mix it up with like jumping or whatever. And you'll see him go for that ledge dash a lot, you know, just because it's like something that he's comfortable with. It might be muscle memory. All right, so like look at these knees. I want to see if this is something that I want to talk about. Yeah, okay, so like look. Let's start from here. Atticus is looking for a kill. You know what I mean? And like if your opponent's at like this high percentage, you should always be looking for like a kill of some kind, right? But he's doing it too hard. You know, it's like he wants to land a raw knee in neutral. That's hard to do. You know what I mean? Especially when your opponent is at this percentage, they think you're going for that. You know what I mean? So like you have the flexibility to be patient, to dash dance around and bait certain things and punish for a knee instead of just looking for it. You know what I mean? Or go for an up air or something safer. But like look, knee right here. He wants the knee. He misses. Knee wants the knee. Gets hit. You know what I mean? And it's like, what is he doing? Oh, he gets a good tech chase situation. And this is like being able to understand their percentage. You know, like, oh, he's on the platform. I'll wait underneath, wait for the get up option, and up air into an edge guard. You know, that's like the safe thing. Right here, when Fracture misses this tech, that's the stock. That should be the stock. Wait underneath the platform. Wait for him to do something, react, up air, which covers multiple options, and then get an edge guard situation off of that. Maybe another up air or a knee or something, right? But instead, Atticus is so like tunnel visioned on getting this kill right now, getting this knee right now, that he doesn't realize that that situation presents itself at this moment. Knee, right? Like, what is this knee? Like, this knee is like hoping or thinking that Fracture was gonna like not land on this platform. You know what I mean? And like, good stuff on him. He tried to remedy the situation. You know, he goes for this up air to cover this, but you know, tech flub, he up smashes instead. There's another knee, right? And here's the fifth knee. So it's like, okay, 19% taken, but that was like 6 knees, 6 attempts at kills, and only one of them hit. That's a pretty low batting average, you know what I mean? So even though the punish wasn't that big, it could have been big. Like, Fracture could have been more about baiting that knee once he saw the first couple come out and just shield. If you shield and he doesn't get the sweet spot knee, then you could just shield grab him. Especially since Atticus doesn't seem to be mixing up his shield pressure. You know, he just goes for this knee and he flies through him. He doesn't do it like a knee into jab or like any of that stuff, or a knee into grab or something. So like, look at this. Okay, this is Atticus reaching. Like, he reaches so hard to start these combos. This side B is all right. He whiffs the grab, so okay, maybe you can punish with the side B. But there's like so much extra time because of the wind up, you know. Side B isn't very good as a punish move. It's more of like to bait people out of certain options. But here, right? So he misses, and that's fine. And he shields. That's good. Look at this. This is the perfect shield grab. Perfect. You know, Ike's right in front, and you could and he's in this huge huge lag animation. But the thing about Mitch is that he never goes for these shield grabs, and you'll never see him really capitalize off of an out of shield option very often. The way that he gets all of his almost like seriously all of his conversions is off of raw attacks in neutral. It's not really punishing, it's not really reacting, it's just, and he wants to take combos farther than he can sometimes, you know. It's like right here, and this is kind of like the epitome of like what the style is that you see from this Falcon. Is misses here, and he goes, instead of going for the safe thing that's guaranteed, he goes for the crazy thing that's dangerous. You know what I mean? Short hop there at his shield to punish a whiffed attack. That's a lot of wind up, and I don't know how often that's gonna work in this set. You know, it's like, it's good. You know, it's like a high risk, high reward thing. If you get the reward, it's massive. Because downer is the best combo starter in Falcon's tool set. But he gets shield grabbed for it when he could have had the grab. Okay, let's think about it. Boom. Get the shield grab. What? Up throw him on the platform. Tech trick situation. Up air off the stage, and then you get a knee. You know, that could be a good chunk of damage right now. You know? But instead he goes for this down air. Maybe he would have gotten a down air knee, right? The conversion isn't even that big of a difference because grab is so good. But he goes for this knee anyways, and then he gets punished. Up throw, nair, up air, up tilt. And like, instead of, like, he just takes like 40% right here. Almost. Yeah, because of that. So like, you'll see like these like very like unsafe options. And especially Atticus is always on offense. He's never on defense. He's never dash dancing. He's never looking for anything, you know? And, like, that was a stock right there, too, you know? So, like, if we're going to go off of, alright, that was alright. That was just kind of good moves by Fracture. But, alright, so, like, look at this. And this is a super aggressive move, too. This Falcon kick, there's no way it's platform canceling. It may be like he's just misspacing it and he's going for the platform cancel. But this up air is out, you know, and if Fracture timed it a little better, then it would have hit him and he would have still been in an edge guard situation. Like, you gotta acknowledge that there are situations where you're just, it's hard. It's harder for you, you know? If you're off stage, if you're above an opponent, you do not have an advantage anymore, and you shouldn't be trying to aggress. You should be trying to react and get around it, you know? Like, yeah, I guess you could turn the tides by Falcon kicking him here, but at the same time, it's like, you commit yourself to one angle, it has so much startup, and it's easy to react to. It's so easy to punish. And you should be thinking about, instead of like, how can I get the biggest reward is like, how can I minimize the risk? You know, especially in these situations where you're at a clear disadvantage. And right here, Fracture makes the right call. It's just that it's a little too late. And here too. This and you know, you could just say, oh, okay, you misspaced it, but like, look at this. This is like the perfect spot, and you cover way more options if you do a drop down double jump up air instead of like this knee, right? He's gonna go for this knee, but you know, he misspaces it or whatever, and that's like way too big, or way too big of a commitment. He's gonna get edge guarded now, right? That's like, well, he gets hit by this little thing, and yeah, I mean, like, Ike's too slow to get edge guarded right there, but like that could have been another stock, you know. And like, let's see how Mitch gets down from here, because he's got a clear disadvantage. He goes over, he Falcon kicks off stage, which is good. Up throw, knee, that's good. Ooh, that's cool. It only worked because Fracture slid off the platform. He tried to L cancel. Right here, he's trying to L cancel the nair. Slides off, does an air dodge instead. But it's good because Atticus is covering that option with that up air. So he would have gotten the kill either way. It's just a funnier way of doing it.
He's about to grab ledge, but Atticus just...
So you see. Alright. See, okay, this Falcon kick also is just like, it's okay. It's okay. But there are better options, you know? Like, you don't have to be so aggressive. Like right here. Like, Fracture's waiting for it already, you know? You gotta mix up your recovery. If you do the same recovery every time, people are gonna catch on. Right? So here we go, that's good. Alright, uses the up air. And that's good. He covered it, but if he had, I'm pretty sure that if he had just been a little bit farther back in the middle of the platform, he would have caught that with the up air. So like that's the right idea. And that was a misspaced snare. If I'm looking at it right. Yeah. So like, Falcon has two spacings that he wants. He either wants to space at the tip of the shield, or he wants to cross him up. Right here, I think that it was a cross up attempt. Just didn't have enough momentum, so he gets punished. Chain grab, right here. So yeah, like that's a punish for misspacing, right? And this is a punish for the same option that we saw before, right? This crazy dare at his shield, you know, like I don't know how often it works. I don't know if it even works once this set. Right here, you can't go for the grab anyways, but just roll or spot dodge or something. Like, this isn't a good situation to be in when you're in shield and your opponent is facing you behind you, you know? And this is a bad situation, so you should react to bad situations with defensive options instead of offensive options, you know? Gets punished for it, gets punished for that. Here we go, here's another dare. Dare out of shield, but doesn't get anything off of it. See, he reacts before the third jab comes out, you know what I mean? Like, here, he's getting jabbed. Shield, jab hits the shield, and you should just wait. You should just wait and see what happens. We still don't know if the jab is coming out, you know? And if the jab does come out, then you can punish it. And if the jab comes out, then you can punish it the next time too, right? Fracture has still not mixed up this jab pressure, and Mitch is just being too offensive too fast to gather any information. We don't know if we can punish this jab yet. We don't know if he's trying to mix up with grabs. Like, we don't know that yet because he went for what? What was this? Was this a grab? He tried to grab him out of it again? I think he just jumped. I think he just jumped and wanted to do a nair or something. So, here we go. Shield, dare out of shield again, but it trades. Knee out of shield, right? Right here. This is the grab. Maybe grab will whiff. I'm not sure. Maybe knee out of shield was a good option here. But I don't know. I don't know if he was even thinking about shield grabbing. I don't think he shield grabs once this entire set. Right here, and he whiffs, catches him with the nair, and like, this is the same situation we had before, right? Where it's like they're full stage, and you know, once you see this happen, once you see that Ike jump, you should be reacting. But Mitch jumps also and does a nair and stuffs the fair, which is good, right? Especially since he didn't have very much space on the stage left to work with. But I would like to see more reacting and thinking, or not thinking, but like waiting, reacting and waiting for what the opponent does. Because Falcon's dash dance is so good, you could just react with his dash dance and get in these crazy combos that way, right? He gets this grab, because Ike's still jabbing. But you can get all these you get these conversions off of grab, and you can get those grabs off of reaction. You don't have to grab them in neutral, like when they're still like free to do whatever. You can grab them off of a whiffed attack, and that's easier, right? So I think that might be something to incorporate into gameplay as well. Yeah. Okay. Are we gonna see a Falcon kick? Yeah. Yeah. Look. Okay. These ledge options are too aggressive too. Like when you see Ike here, he goes for that. He goes for that hash. That sort of ledge dash again. You could roll. You could just like drop down, grab ledge again, and just wait. You know, there are a lot of different things you can do. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, that's just a good whiff. That dash attack from Ike was probably supposed to be a jump up air to cover this platform option, but he misses that tech. And look at this dare. This dare is so like, it's so like carefree about the world. You know what I mean? Like, you just like got off of a tech situation. You just like survived what could have been your death, and you do this crazy down air, you know. And you know, I guess Fracture jumps into it, but it's like that's just like pressing too many buttons syndrome in my opinion. You know, like I don't think that down air. I think that down air was just thrown out for fun. It was just a fun down air. The fact that it converts into this combo is just good luck. You know, and it eventually converts into death, I'm pretty sure. Oh, miss text go. Whenever you see, yeah, that's supposed to be like a jump knee or something.
It's a 270 actually.
But yeah, so that downer actually led to the stock, but the way that downer came out was just very like, that was just Fracture messing up. But yeah, you saw that, right? Like this Falcon is a 110% offense, negative 30% defense, and 20% luck, I guess, if we want to make it an even 100. But like, it's like neglecting an entire part of your game, you know. Like, and also, not to mention the fact that all this aggression and all this offense isn't even. He's not even like accounting for the fact that, oh, what if I shields? What if I misspace it? You know what I mean? He's going in thinking that he's gonna hit every single one of these. Like let's look at this string again, right? Here, knee, right, or like stomp, there, stomp, 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 knee, like you know what I mean? Like he just wants to keep this combo going. And I think that if you actually space it right, I think this knee, short hop knee, does hit through platform. It's just that Ike is bouncing right here because he's bouncing, it misses. But at the same time, like. Yeah, you can go for that, or you can go for the up air. Like, I don't know. I'm a lame Falcon. I like up air more because it leads into juggles and stuff. But that's a good stock. Oh, just kidding. The recovery's a little better than I thought it was. But yeah, you see situations like this right here. This dash dancing back. It's like, oh, okay, he's gonna do good Falcon stuff. But then at the very last second, he comes back in and he gets hit by the attack that is gonna come out. Like, you know, like this Ike is looking for something. Dash dance bait him out, but doesn't dash dance hard enough. You know, he could have gotten the grab, and that grab could have been the kill, but instead he's in neutral still. You know, that's flub tech skill. That nair was kind of misspaced because Ike fades back. But right here, it's like, there you go, stomp. Oh, well, that was a good idea. He can't get the height with just the second jump, so he platform cancels it, but doesn't work. It's too slow. See, look at all these raw attacks. And like, even though this knee is miss L canceled, I don't think I've seen like a knee into gentleman on shield. So like the shield pressure isn't even there either. You know what I mean? He puts himself in a situation where he's gonna get punished if he doesn't get the attack he wants. If he gets the attack he wants, he gets the combo, and that's good. But let's see right here. I just want to see his out of shield game. Just jumps into a jab. Yeah, I mean, maybe like just stay in shield longer. Like he could have been grabbed. Jumping over the grab would have been good. So I guess that's okay. He should be. Yeah, see, look at this. Fracture's waiting for it now. He knows up air, right, to catch this Falcon kick. It just ends a little early. So like one of these days, he's gonna get hit. One of these days. All right. So we see down throw, up tilt. That's cool. Well, that was an interesting option. What do we got going on? Yeah, like Atticus is still reaching for a lot of stuff instead of reacting. You know, like the whole idea of reacting isn't really inside this Falcon's playstyle. There isn't a lot of dash dancing to bait stuff. It's just dash dancing to get the right spacing. I think that's what he's dash dancing for. Is like, oh, if I space out here, then I can get this good cross up nair, or like if I space at this space, I can get the tip of the knee or the tip of the nair. It isn't like, oh, I'm dash dancing to invade this guy's space, see what he does, and then punish him for that. This is a cool little Falcon combo. You know, what does it convert off of a neutral? It converts off of the same situation we've been seeing. It's like this 50-50 of who gets their hitbox out first. You know, this nair is coming out, and this other nair is coming out from Ike, and it's just, oh, Falcon gets the nair out first, and he gets it. You know, that's not particularly smart play. It's just both players have faith in their own character, and I don't know if that's the safest way to convert options to neutral. Because like at any time that I could do whatever, and like I don't think that Atticus is accounting for the fact that there are all these options. He's just going over and like throwing his own options and saying, okay, well, you respond to this, you respond to my attacks, you know. And as you see, like as the set goes on, Fracture's gonna get more shield grabs because like Mitch isn't what is it? He's not really pressuring the shield with these aerials. He's just looking for the hit, you know. I don't think any of these aerials are meant to connect on shield, and he doesn't account for the fact that they connect on shield. Like, look at this, like right here, he misses the L cancel because he thinks that the knee is gonna hit, you know. The only reason you miss an L cancel like this, I mean, aside from just like generic tech flubs, right, is you think it's gonna hit but it doesn't, and you don't account for the shield stun, right? So if he knew that this knee was gonna hit shield, then he could do cooler stuff, and like that missed. I mean, he goes for the jabs afterwards, right, and that's good. But I just think that some of these tech flubs are just not accounting, or like having it in your muscle memory beforehand. And that gimp was from going too deep, I think. Yeah. Here the game ends because Mitch doesn't go for an up air. Up air covers way more options, is more disjointed, and at this percent will also kill. He goes for the knee because, like, you know, knee equals kill move. But like right here, look at this. Right there, yeah. Like an up air is the way to do it. It comes out way faster, it covers more range, and it will kill. But he whiffs the knee instead, and he gets gimped. Life and Adventures of Falcon. You gotta be safe. You gotta be safe sometimes. It's cool to be like super swaggin' and super hype, but I don't know. Like sometimes it's like if it's not done correctly, if it's not done safely, the risk is so high, you know. And like you'll see like a lot of this too. Look at this. How much dash dancing are we seeing? We're not seeing any. We're seeing dashing back in order to do these aggressive aerials, and like you can see like the toll it's taking on Falcon. You know, like all Ike has to do is just stand still and throw out hitboxes, and then it's gonna catch some stuff. You know, right there, trades with the knee, and then because of that, he dies. Right, so like, let's see what led into this situation right here. And this is on reaction probably. I'm pretty sure it is. Ike can do whatever he wants right now. But Falcon's gonna do this jump knee, you know, thinking and hoping that it will hit Ike, but he's not even invincible anymore because he waited a little too long. So it's not really that good of an option anymore, you know. And he goes for these aggressive offensive ledge options when he could be doing other stuff. He could be waiting. He could be just like rolling, do the neutral get up, do jump. There are a lot of options on ledge. But it's just looking for this knee.
Yeah, I guess he liked it.
Ooh, that's a cool Falcon combo. Weak hits are always cool.
Okay. See, Atticus was far enough that he could have just.
So yeah, spamming tech skill in between stocks. Look at this. That raw knee was kind of rando out of nowhere, I think. Yeah, look at this. Above, and you go for this drop, this ambitious stomp. You're gonna get stuffed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your opponent isn't in any sort of lag. And is he gonna catch the Falcon kick eventually? Okay, that's good. Didn't Falcon kick. Because Falcon kick, I don't know if that's good for recovering from above, necessarily.
Yes. 2 jabs to grab.
Yeah, he gets caught by it.
Okay, that wasn't the second hit, so it didn't.
Yeah. See, like the reason that he gets killed here
Yes.
isn't because of that. I mean, that grab, like, you can still live from this. It's the fact that he commits these high commitment options once, twice, you know? And like you're in spots on the stage where you can just like fast fall and then just up be sweet spot or something. You know, you don't have to go for that necessarily. Here we go. It's just a weird spot to be in. So he gets punished. That's fine. Look at this. The shield raw stomp out of shield, and it doesn't work anymore. Like, I don't think it's ever worked, you know, but he still does it because like it has this huge reward. It's like this huge tasty like possibility that's dangling in front of you, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I'll get it, but then he doesn't, you know. You should be going for safer stuff, I think. Right here, what is he gonna do? He's gonna do a ledge attack, yeah, and like even though he gets it, like I don't know if it was supposed to work, you know. It works sometimes, but he's gonna go Falcon kick, yeah. Like, it's just too predictable. You know what I mean? This above stage game is too predictable. And even though Fracture isn't really capitalizing on it, it doesn't make it a good idea. You know, you should still mix people up. Right here. Right, okay, so look. Right here, up throw, and then like this downer covers one of the options, or it covers a couple, so that's actually a good one. But he slides off, goes for a knee, that's okay. And I think he's going to get killed pretty soon, if my memory serves me right. Yeah. He goes over, and I think he tries to short hop back air. Yeah, but then Ike slides off the platform and kills him. So, I think that, for the most part, there was just like there was like the heart and the spirit of Falcon combos and like inside Atticus's head, which is like, okay, I'm gonna do something and I'm gonna do stuff like this sort of ambiguous stuff in order to get a combo. You know what I mean? And what is that stuff? That stuff is like, oh, I'll throw out nairs in neutral. I'll throw out a knee, maybe. You know, maybe it'll hit. Or like, oh, if he gets me on shield, I'll get that cool combo starter going. I'll get that down air out of shield. But like, this neutral game isn't very like, it's thinking one step ahead. It's thinking about the combo already. It's thinking about the combo before the first hit even lands. Whereas, you know, like me, when I play Falcon, and admittedly, you know, I don't really play Falcon too much, but what I'm thinking is like, okay, I'm looking at my opponent, I'm paying attention, and I'm observing him, figuring out his habits and stuff. And once I figure those out, you know, like, I don't even think by the end of that set, we knew if, like, I don't think Ike was really punished for a jab, 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 because Mitch reacted too fast. He wanted that combo too fast, and he wasn't patient enough to say, okay, well, let's see what you do first. And after we see what you do, then I have the guaranteed stuff because I know your habits already, you know. Once that Ike throws that jab, jab, jab for the first time, and you hold shield, then you get that grab, and that grab is a guaranteed punish. You know, shield grabs, we saw 0 of them, and the reason we saw 0 of them isn't because like Atticus isn't good at reacting to shield grabs, or that Fracture's spacing was so good that he wasn't able to get shield grab. It's just that like Atticus went for different options. He went for riskier options that didn't pay off. And I think that that's something that should be thought about. because the neutral game is very, very delicate, because that's like the most complicated part of the game, because both characters can do anything that they want. And if you just do what you want without thinking about what your opponent does, it's not going to make any sense. You're just going to get hit randomly, and you're going to get hits randomly, because no one's reacting to anyone. It's when you dash dance a bit more, it's when you wait and bait a little more, that the neutral game that falls into a rhythm. You know what I mean? Does my opponent play aggressively? Does he play defensively? Is he waiting for me to do stuff? What's happening? How does he react in these texture situations? How does he react when I'm trying to edgeguard him? It limits itself once you know what your opponent, the options that your opponent goes for. And if you're just being the first one to do everything every time, you don't know what your opponent's going to go for, because they're always in a situation where they're just looking at you and like, oh, okay, well, you're going to do this, then I'm going to do that. Right? So the neutral game is something that I don't think that Atticus plays patiently enough. And if there's an element of waiting and punishing, because especially against a character like Ike, there are so many moves that he can throw out that you could just punish on reaction. He whiffs a fair, then you just run and get a grab, you know? You dash dance bait and up tilt, because he's been using those up tilts to stuff aerial approaches, then you get a grab. There are so many situations where, or he whiffs a quick draw attack, you get a grab. There are so many things that you could bait out and punish, but instead, Atticus runs in with a nair, and it's oh, okay, if this nair hits, then I get a combo. And it's oh, it didn't, oh well. Or it's oh, if this stomp hits, I get a combo, and if it didn't, oh well. But you should be thinking how do I make it such that these attacks that I'm throwing out hit every time, and not just randomly, and it's not optimistic looking and searching for something that may or may not be there and then capitalizing when it presents itself. It's looking for situations where those things become guaranteed, where those things become easy. And if you aren't looking for the guaranteed stuff, and you're stuck in this place where you're just throwing out things hoping that they'll connect, as you play higher and higher level players, they'll just sit back and react to your stuff more and more, and they'll catch on to your tendencies that you're always on the offensive. And if you're always on the offensive, then all you have to do is just sit back and wait for them to mess up and punish them then, you know? That I think that's a good sentiment for mid-level players, is don't be afraid to be defensive. Oh, dude, I spent way too much time just talking that the screen went black. But I think those are some good lessons, you know. This set, if you look at it again, Fracture got so many shield grabs, and that's only because Atticus was aggressive, and not only aggressive, but he wasn't safe while being aggressive. You know, you should be applying pressure without throwing out moves more often, you know, or at least that's what I think. So I've been rambling way too much about this video. I'm gonna stop it right now. Okay, adios.